what's a probate sale in real estate? So a probate, to start off with that, what is a probate? It is the process by which assets are transferred from somebody who's passed, the decedent, to where else the assets are going to go, whether it be other people or entities. And so 80% of the time, at least in California, when a probate case is filed, it's because there's assets that include real estate valuable enough to go through the trouble of filing with the court for the process. In California, assets below a certain dollar amount have what's called a streamlined probate. I think it's $167,000. And most states have a small probate estate. And then over that requires a standard probate case. Somebody filing a probate, then a standard probate, generally has assets, and they need the court to help them change the title to determine who owns those assets and confirm that for the transfer title. That might be cars, it might be collectibles, it could be intellectual property, a company, but most commonly it's real estate. So what's a sale in probate? Well, usually what happens is somebody's passed and the property is titled in the name of the decedent. So it could be that John and Mary own a property together. John passes, and then they don't need to do a probate because Mary is the wife and she has control of the property. But then when Mary passes, then when the property would be left maybe to the children. Well, in order for the children, while they might stand in line to inherit the property, they can't go and sell the property because it's titled in the name of their mom and dad. And so what they would have to do, if they didn't plan ahead and have estate planning, if the property is titled in the name of the deceased parties, basically probate is we go to court and say, hey, I'm the heir, mom and dad passed, here's proof. I'm entitled to inherit it, here's proof, here's the will. Or if there's no will, here's what the law says, who gets it. And the court will say, if it's correct, after a certain process, fine, it's yours. Here's your costs, here's your legal fees, taken out of that money, and the rest is yours. So what happens is the petitioner, could be an executor or an administrator, files and opens a probate case, asks the court for the authority to sell the property. The property is sold, but the money stays in the estate, and then it's distributed at the end of the probate. A big misconception is the heirs don't get the money when the property is sold. The estate gets the money when it's sold, and the money gets distributed when the court approves, usually at the end of the probate case.